So I'm here with Sierra at the Vegan Women's Summit. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So what was your favorite part about the summit?
My favorite part was honestly seeing a lot of the people that I look up to speak.
Yeah.
Daniela Monet,
Yeah.
Persia White, Tracy. It was honestly like a lot of the information that they gave were things that I'll carry with me. Knowing that people are always going to make comments about you being vegan, but you just honestly have to brush it off and be strong and don't be be unapologetic for who you are is really what I found like the biggest lesson in this Vegan Women's Summit.
I love seeing all the Black women shine. I feel like there's not a lot of spaces where you can see Black women vegan representation, and to see that today was so awesome and so cool, especially being like a Black woman, female, family, like all that kind of stuff. Like we can really see ourselves in this space, and it's awesome.
I'm just gonna say it. It's the food.
I love the truth in that.
Amazing, amazing food, and just so many opportunities to learn about different vegan vendors and learn what other options are out there.
Family of vegans. Who was the first one? And you converted them all?
Well, kind of. I'm like the youngest in the family, so
Okay.
I watched a documentary called What the Health, and
Yes,
it like
yes.
really pushed me to go vegan. Me and my mom watched it together, and then that night we cleaned out our fridge, and then
Yeah,
it was just like a progression.
Wow, I'm needing to get all my family. They are all non-vegans. I'm the only one.
It really helps, because we sustain each other and we support
Absolutely.
one another. And
We can go to events like this
Yeah,
together
yeah,
as a family.
amazing, yeah.
It's really
they
nice.
gave this to me as a Mother's Day gift.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah.
great. That's amazing, Kim.
For my ticket.
What's your favorite part about being a vegan?
I'm 60,
Yeah.
and just being able to have people say, "Oh my God," because eating healthy reflects on the outside. Being an inspiration to younger women, that's one of my goals.
I love that. That's a great attitude. So first of all, most importantly, your hair.
Oh.
I love it. When did you start going purple?
For the last year, I've been doing tinsel, so I actually have sparkly tinsel in my hair.
Yes.
And I feel like it's very on brand for me because I love the color violet, and my handle is the Viva La Violet, so it represents me, and I love magenta, and I just feel like it's like a colorful, playful, happy kind of vibe, which is what I always like, the fairy tale vegan vibes.
You're raised in New York City.
Yes.
So where is your favorite bodega to get some good vegan food?
I grew up on Staten Island.
Okay.
And a lot of the delis and stuff that we go there are not catering to vegans, but the best bagels, in my opinion, are from Staten Island. So I will, and now they have vegan cream cheese. So
Yes.
my favorite deli is in the South Shore of Staten Island. It's called Seguin Bagels.
Okay.
So that's where I get a mini everything bagel. You got to get it in the morning when it's fresh, sliced, toasted, and with tofu, scallion, and cream cheese.
Okay, so in Portland, Oregon, there's a bakery called Sweet Pea Baking, and they have awesome croissant. I'm from France originally, so they have croissant, and I love that. And they also have hot stuff like waffle and things, tofu scramble. And
This is the first time I'm actually in New York. I've grown up in India, so there every single place that you go to has options for vegan and vegetarian
You're
food.
it's no big deal.
Yeah, it's pretty widely available.
I don't have a favorite vegan brunch spot. I'm open to suggestions.
You know what? There's an app called Abillion that you can look up vegan spots for. Oh, that was such a good plug. You set me up for it, though.
Yes! I need this app because I could have pulled this up during the interview and had something to say, clearly.
No, you're all good. So Abillion is this app that you can find vegan food. It rates them, pictures, gets everything about it. What's your go-to vegan spot in DC and New York?
Ooh, okay. It is my good friend Jillian's Kitchen.
Jillian's Kitchen.
So
Okay.
that's actually just her kitchen. That's not a real restaurant name. Jillian Seaman, she's vegan.
Okay.
She was on the panel with me just now.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not vegan. I'm plan forward. I'm flexitarian. I'm getting there.
Okay,
I'm really working on going towards that direction.
Right.
It's food from my friends that are vegan that really inspire me to be plant forward because it's incredibly delicious, and every time you eat, you literally know that that's a simple decision you know you're making that is aligned to sustainable planet. You're doing your part.
What's a good spot in LA to people to check out?
I love Wolfie's hot chicken.
Wolfie's?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all vegan, spicy chicken. And they have like loaded fries with like fries, sauce, and like chicken nuggets, basically.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Any type of Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
It's wherever you go, it's always good.
Are there a lot of vegan options in Charleston?
There's only one. It's called Neon Tiger.
I've been there. Okay,
Oh,
so I went to
you've been there! Oh my god!
I was like, I thought I was the one. Yeah, because I went to Charleston and I was like, I'll eat nothing, I guess.
Literally, yeah. They're great.
Yes.
They're great, but we need more options.
You're from Florida, right? Or you live in Florida? Yeah. What's your like go-to vegan spot out there?
Planta.
Planta?
Yes.
What kind of food is it?
They got like 4 different locations. So one is like Asian inspired, one is American inspired.
Okay.
But the flagship one there, that's my jam. That's more like the American, but it has a little bit of everything in it. But Planta, that's my jam.
I would have to say my own kitchen. Yes. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of vegan options for people if they're, in K-Town or looking for Korean food. So I stick mostly to my own kitchen, or when my mom's in town, she makes me Korean food. That's excellent.
Favorite recipe to share with people?
In my newest book, I love a recipe called sopa de fideo, which is something I grew up eating. And I don't know if you have a recipe like this, but something that brings you comfort and takes you home. I grew up with my grandparents. My grandma used to make it, and so it's so comforting for me to eat it. It's like a pasta dish that's more of like a soupy base. It has angel hair pasta broken up, and I have vegetables in mine for some extra nutrients, but it's very good and very cozy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what is your like go-to non-traditional vegan food?
Oh, you know what? Like in Singapore, we have this thing called like Nesquik. It's like
we have Nesquik.
Our Nesquik doesn't have milk.
Oh,
Yeah, so Shin Ramen here, it does contain like beef extract, but the ones you get in the UK and like Australia and Asia is vegan.
Vegan, yeah. Every single day, I would say, given the option, I have a like baked sweet potato. I love sweet potato.
Oh, you know what? That one flavor of Doritos it's like one flavor, and I can't.
Ranch?
No, it's not Cool Ranch.
Okay.
There's one. It's a spicier one.
Okay.
But it's actually vegan.
These puffs, these vegan raw puffs, they're like dragon puffs.
Yes, I know you're
That's
talking
like my favorite. I just ate some yesterday, so it's like the first time I buy it. I know it's like very vegan, but it's like my favorite.
And I think mine is anything fried. So you give me fried mushrooms, you give me fried vegetables, I'll just eat it in a second.
For me, it's desserts. Like, I still think that it's magical that you can make vegan desserts that are a cake and they just rise just like a cake.
I would say like cake. I'm a big cake person.
That's cake.
And there's a lot of vegan bakeries that make like cupcakes and full-size cakes. I love cake.
It would have to be like the Whole Foods chocolate chip cookies. If you know, you know. Oh my gosh.
Vegan mac and cheese.
One thing that I love that I just like another transport back to my childhood are Lay's classic potato chips. If I am feeling like I just want something salty and junk food like, it is going to be a bag of Lay's classic potato chip.
French fries.
Chocolate. I'm sure everybody said chocolate. Okay, ice cream.
There's these thing called midday squares.
Okay.
And they're so good. They're chocolate and peanut butter, and they're just like this square, and I eat them almost every day.
I love a vegan mac and cheese, but I usually make like a healthier version, I guess.
Can you tell us a little bit about your cookbook?
So today I'm going to be signing copies of the Vegan Meat Cookbook, which is the last book that I wrote, and it has recipes for how to make your own at home, but also how to really amp up the flavor and all the products that are available in the marketplace. So I touch upon a lot of the brands that are here.
For somebody like me who's really bad at cooking, is there a recipe you'd recommend?
There are some recipes that literally take 5 minutes. Like you can make prosciutto out of rice paper.
Really?
It's so simple, it takes 5 minutes. So there's really easy recipes as well as ones that you can labor over for hours. So there's a variety. For hundreds of years, most of the world was vegan. So most of the traditions, the culinary traditions in most of the world happened to be vegan because they just couldn't afford to eat a lot of meat or dairy. So we don't have to point to a product that's come out in the 20th or 21st century. Right. There's a rich tradition of vegan cuisine in every single culture. And I think it's time to rediscover those traditions and celebrate them again.
Absolutely. And if you need help finding it, we have the Abillion app to help you find vegan food. That was such a great talk. What do you think is the greatest innovation that has had an impact on climate change?
I would say one of the greatest innovations that has always existed is regenerative agriculture that was created and established by indigenous peoples. I think regenerative agriculture is the way forward, really reconnecting with the land and not having endless, infinite extraction, but actually thinking about how we can create networks of reciprocity with our resources and our outputs, and ultimately to inspire consumers that, they can buy regenerative agriculturally grown products as well.
I know you mentioned green jobs out there, and that's like a website, an app, connecting, networking. Is it all the above?
So Green Jobs Board is a platform that is focused on the recruitment and hiring of people into environmental and social impact jobs. So we're currently a website and also driven largely by a social media community. And we're really focused on the curation of green and social impact jobs. So we make it very easy for people to find and source jobs to make a good impact in the world, to help the planet and people.
How did you decide to do it?
Yeah, so I mean, for me, people always say, I care about climate change, but I have to pay my bills. I have to worry about what I'm doing. And work makes up such a large percentage of what you do in your day-to-day life. What if you could actually infuse thinking about people and the planet into your workspace, especially young people who use our platform, the Green Jobs Board, tell us all the time, I've searched for months and your platform was the one where I got hired for my first job.
That's awesome.
And people tell us the reason why is because, we're actively updating, we're keeping things fresh, we're keeping it new.
What do you think, what's like a green job that people wouldn't think about is a green job?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, a green job that people probably don't think about is even being a blog writer.
Really?
Like someone who just is creating PR and media for a company.
Right.
People don't realize that behind every great environmental innovation or climate tech startup that exists in the world, there is a team behind that.
Right.
There is administrative processes. There's people that need to build the infrastructure to make that solution possible, to make it scalable, to get customers and consumers to know the story behind that.
Right.
And so I think it's really important that people start reframing that green jobs or climate jobs also involving accountants, writers, creatives. It's not just the scientists in a lab or, the conservationist field worker. It can also be, the writing desk. It can also be crunching numbers and doing data analysis and product development and coding.
I mean, people is looking for a job, but it's also, oh, my job also does good.
Exactly. Yeah, that like it's a win-win-win, right? Like you're getting a job that will probably pay you decent, is making an impact, and maybe is creating that culture shift. And so, especially here at the Vegan Women's Summit, I'm seeing so many amazing, innovative food technologies, and I know a lot of those companies now are trying to figure out how do we employ the next generation, especially to increase diversity and inclusion of Black, Indigenous, and people of color on our staffs. And so I'm hoping to connect with some people at the conference
Green
today.
job board's a great way to do that.
Yeah, exactly. To hopefully also expand that vegan and plant-based jobs can also be green jobs and are green jobs, right?
So we're here with John, the badass vegan, correct? Yeah. So first of all, tell me about this awesome sweatshirt you're wearing.
So I don't drink alcohol, and so I know a lot of people that do, and it's cool to be an alcoholic. I was like, well, I'm an alcoholic, so that's why I came up with this, the hat and this, and I'm always coming up with funny sayings for my shirts and apparel. So this is one of the shirts that'll be coming out before the fall. So
I heard you're also a movie producer as well.
Yeah,
so tell me about a little bit about the projects you have coming up.
So I direct and produce. If anybody's seen What the Health, I helped with the production of that, and I co-produced and co-directed the follow-up film, which is based off of food justice and social justice through the lens of hip hop.
Oh, that's
And we got Billie Eilish and Chris Paul as executive producers, and it should be out before the fall.
Awesome. And where can they find it? Is it going to be in theaters, streaming?
We're working on that right now, so it'll be between everything. It won't be on Netflix. We tried to go there, they were a little bit scared of it, so it's okay. But we're gonna hit we are thinking about doing theaters as well as iTunes and Amazon Prime and all the different ones that are out there. I'm 46 now, so I like to represent you can be this age and still be healthy, and it all works out. So yeah.
So how are you doing today?
I'm amazing. I'm feeling so good, so hyped up.
Awesome. I love this energy that you're bringing. That's awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about Mercy for Animals?
Yeah, Mercy for Animals is an international nonprofit working to stop industrial animal agriculture all over the world and transition us to a just and sustainable and compassionate food system.
What is your favorite animal?
Oh, a chicken. I'm known as the chicken lady.
A chicken? Wow, I was not expecting
100%. You don't know chickens. Everyone's favorite animal should be a chicken.
Wow, and do you have any chickens?
I rescued 3 chickens off of a factory farm. They are no longer alive, but they were very near and dear to my heart. One in particular, Henrietta, was basically my daughter's best friend throughout COVID and brought a lot of joy to us.
How do you feel about the summit? I know you're an impact partner. Tell me a little bit how you got involved in it.
Yeah, I think that Jenny's vision is phenomenal. I think that women are leading this movement. We have wonderful, innovative, creative solutions. We're hardworking, and we're leading the way. And this summit really features that. It shows what happens when you put women in at the steering wheel and the power that comes from that.
Well, Vegan is a chocolate company I started about 4 years back. And we came here to the U.S. now to promote our new flavors. And Vegan Think Love is our latest chocolate. So it's white chocolate with freeze-dried raspberries and almonds and sea salt. And it's coming out to stores here in the U.S. in September. But we wanted to bring it along here to let people have a pre-taste of it.
I know it's the silly question. It's going to be stupid, but why chocolate?
Everyone loves chocolate. So I've been doing food and stuff for a lot of years. So when I created my own company, I wanted to do chocolate, I wanted to do something that people love.
How long have you been mostly vegan for?
Well, since I understood what factory farming is, I don't really like that part.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I stay away from that. And once I was able to create something that tastes good.
Exactly. That is the key.
I didn't want to quit chocolate until I had a good alternative. So we have the 3 products here. We have it in Walmart. We're coming up with Sprouts and KE and a lot of places. So,
and what is your favorite flavor that you have?
I've developed most of the flavors, and I've been working on them so long. So for me, it's normally the latest flavor. It's the favorite because I've eaten the others so much.
Right, exactly.
So right now it's the pink love.
Pink love. That's a good one. I did try some. It's very good.
So that's the favorite. And also we have another product we're launching in September.
Yeah.
That's a milk chocolate with the coffee beans.
Coffee beans. Oh,
I
nice.
really love that as well.
Nice. about your book.
So my book is called The Modern Tiffin. It's a true culmination of who I am. So I'm first generation Indian, born and raised in New York City. My culture has had a huge influence on why I became a chef and why I live sustainably and why I cook sustainably. But I also travel extensively. So I've traveled to 40 countries and it'll be about 42 or 43 this year.
Wow.
So that all of that is incorporated into my book. So each chapter covers a different part of the world that I've been to, but it all has like a little bit of Indian influence on it.
Nice.
It's called the Modern Tiffin because a tiffin is a steel stacked food carrying container that's very popular in India. And it's a way to bring home cooked food on the go. And I grew up taking my lunch every day to school and then even taking my lunch to work. And so I wanted to instill those values in the newer generation. So that's why it's called the Modern Tiffin.
For somebody who's bad at cooking like me, is there something that I will be able to cook in this cookbook?
There is a recipe in my Australian chapter called the spicy peanut chutney avocado toast. Super easy to make. It's like a very simple avocado toast base. We make a spicy peanut dry chutney. And you can make that and you could keep it in the fridge and you just slice your avocado, put it on some toast, put the chutney on top with some pomegranate, and it's really good.
Who's your favorite celebrity vegan?
For me, it's Joaquin Phoenix.
I might have to say Joaquin Phoenix.
Favorite celebrity vegan? I love Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's very, very inspiring.
Actually, really is very direct about how he goes about it.
He's a huge animal activist. I love that. He's like,
been vegan
you know, win an
life,
Oscar.
If you were gonna get a vegan themed tattoo, what would it be?
I kind of got one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got
somewhere you can show or not?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I love Deadpool. That's
Yeah.
like my favorite Marvel character.
Yeah.
And so I did a Deadpool, and I love pandas. Marcus. So.
Wow, look at that. That's dope.
Yeah, so I got my BAB.
I think I would get an animal.
An animal?
I think I would
Okay.
maybe get a cow face or something on my side.
Yeah.
Or like a little V behind the ear. I've seen that a couple times today and I'm like, oh, I like that. It's very subtle and cool.
So how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm actually feeding off the energy of this summit. It's been incredible. There's so many different ways that we can actually support and contribute to overcoming this climate crisis. And so food and our choices about what we put in our bodies, I mean, that goes a long way. So it's a really simple change of behavior that actually has really wide-reaching impacts. We're talking about now you being a partner in overcoming the climate crisis.
Absolutely. And what do you think is the greatest innovation that's had like a big impact on the climate crisis?
I'm really impressed with cultivated meat. It is so cool that we are going to have a final food product where you cannot tell the difference in terms of the process and how it got to your plate. I mean, talk about innovation. That's the future. For people that don't want to give up eating meat, there's going to be a product that didn't come from slaughtering an animal. I mean, that is as clean as it gets.
Okay, so you work a lot on the climate crisis. What do you think is like, I know this is like a very loaded question, but like what's the next step? What can we do next?
There's technology that helps people now plug in. So I don't hear anymore, what can I do? Because there's so many options. It's more about like, what do you want to do? Right? What do you care about the most? Or what part of the climate crisis do you actually want to contribute to, right? Is it food? Is it fashion? Is it transportation? Is it energy? So use the We Don't Have Time tool. It's free. Literally plug in, sign on, see who's working on what, get behind existing campaigns, be it local or global, or start your own. Find a person that also likes what you're doing. You don't even have to know them. You could just connect through the app and then get behind some solution and then find a third person, maybe in another part of the world. And now you've got a group, and then you've got a campaign, and then you've got a virtual campaign that's turning into real world action because as a platform, we actually turn the top campaigns into impact, into real world impact. So this is how we as individuals can follow what we like about the climate contribution the most and really do our part.
Congratulations on winning.
Thank you.
Awesome. How long have you been a vegan for?
For many years, I started vegetarian and then went vegan. I, by the way, have a very interesting story because I used to work for Burger King before.
Really? Okay.
And we have this joke, the more Whoppers I was selling, the less meat I was eating, to the point I became vegan.
Very interesting. So what are you going to put on in this bag?
I don't know, a lot of vegan cosmetics, I guess.
Perfect.
Yeah, I fighting for that one. So I think
It does match perfect. You are ready to go. What made you become a vegan?
So I became vegetarian because of the ethical reasons, and then I started understanding more food impact on the planet and also on our health. And this encouraged me to be vegan. But I think you need to be very mindful when you're going vegan. So I'm like reading a lot about how to be healthy, what to eat, how to eat. It's very interesting journey. I'm becoming foodie because of that. So yeah.
Okay. Where are you from in Europe?
Yeah, I live in Amsterdam, in Netherlands right now.
Yeah. Are there a lot of vegan options in Amsterdam?
Oh, plenty.
Really?
We are
Okay.
very spoiled with delicious vegan food, yeah.
What's the most ridiculous question you've gotten asked about being a vegan?
Like, where do you get your protein? It's 2023.
Right.
Like, people still don't know that plants have protein. Like, that's kind of stupid, honestly. It's like when you eat eggs, but you eat fish, right?
Oh, is your hair gonna fall out?
Wow.
People are like, my hair is gonna. I heard people's hair falls out because you don't have enough protein. I'm like, that's not a thing.
I think the most ridiculous is when I told my assistant that I was vegan, and she comes into my office on my birthday and she hands me a cupcake. She's like, "Here, it's gluten-free." I'm like, "Yes, but it still has eggs and dairy."
So how long you guys been vegan for?
I've been vegan for 6 years and vegetarian before that for 7.
Wow, that's great. What about you?
I'm vegetarian. I'm trying to shift to veganism.
6.5, 7 years.
7 years? Okay, what made you become a vegan?
I think just thinking about the externalized costs of our actions. You know, whatever we do, there's a cost, and I don't think that's something I want to pay, which is like the lives of animals.
I was vegetarian for 12 years
Wow,
and then
okay.
been vegan for like 5 years.
So what's your favorite part about being a vegan?
I think for me, which people don't always talk about, is when you start living a life that's aligned with your values and feeling that you're really doing everything you can to reduce harm. It makes you feel amazing.
For me, like veganism is about like contentment, gratitude, and just like appreciating what I have. Like, how much do I actually need? How much do I need to take to be able to be, I guess, happy and content?
First and foremost, where did you get this outfit from?
Okay, it's Free People.
Okay.
But I subscribe to Newly. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's this like you pick what clothes you want to rent for a month.
Okay.
They send them to you.
Yeah, okay.
And you wear them and then you send them back.
And then here you are in this fabulous outfit.
Thank you. Yes, and it's kind of like a sustainable fashion thing too.
Oh, awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. And how long have you been a vegan for?
I've been vegan for 3.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite like vegan dish?
Honestly, I'm a really big fan of Banza pasta, which is chickpea, because I try to be gluten-free as much as possible as well. And so like doing that with some Beyond Meat and tomato sauce and fresh veggies and some vegan Parmesan from BioLife.
I'm just so excited to see so many amazing, beautiful women out here today for Vegan Women Summit. Women truly rule the world, and they rule the vegan world too, so it's just epic.
Okay, for someone who's bad at cooking, I could do at least one of them, right?
You could do all of them.
Okay.
Honestly, I do not consider myself a chef. I am a home cook, so if I can cook it, you can too.
Okay. What's the biggest misconception you've heard about veganism, and how would you debunk it?
The biggest misconception I hear about veganism is that the food is bland. The things that give meat flavor, like say a rib or chicken, is actually the marinade and the spices.
Totally.
So learning about vegan cuisine is really just an amazing, mind-blowing thing, because you're like, wow, vegan food is even tastier than animal products.
How long have you been a vegan for?
24 years. I've been vegetarian. I've been vegan. Wait, sorry, do I have that right? I was vegetarian when I was 5 and vegan. Yeah, 24 years. I've
Wow,
been
so an OG, I would say.
OG.
Awesome. So I understand that you like work a lot in like vegan beauty and healthcare products and lifestyle. So do you want to tell me a little about that?
Sure. I am the co-founder of Kinder Beauty Box. It's a vegan subscription, and we now have our lifestyle box and our serums, which are incredible. I'm also the founder of Daniela's Digest, which is an online exclusive membership for those who want to have access to thousands of recipes, meal plans, life coaching, health coaching, food coaching. We have deals to all my favorite products and brands, and there's that. I also I came from investing. Well, actually, I came from acting. Then I had the money to invest. And then I became an investor and invested in several different plant-based companies. So that's sort of a little spiel on me.
What is like a good vegan skin routine when you're hungover and you feel terrible and you don't know what to do?
I have it. So I'm a big fan of lymphatic drainage massages, but just intuitively. No pressure, just clean your hands, get some beautiful serum on your hands. Honestly, before I could even like wrap my head around products, I would just use olive oil or coconut oil or aloe vera, just really basic stuff. Get it on your hands and just massage your face in all those nooks and crannies where it just feels like there's something there. And then the goal is to just drain it. So you want all of that to just drain out of your face, get it out of your body, just work through your face. I promise you, you don't need injections, you don't need anything, you just need to massage your face.
What do you think a billion stands for?
Billion vegans in the world?
We want a billion vegans in the world by 2030.
To get a billion. Okay, that's really great.
Do you know what a billion stands for?
I don't.
I thought you were going to make up a cool answer. I was like, what are you going to say?
Well, I hope that there will be a billion vegans.
There you go. By 2030, yes.
By 2030.
Oh, yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I know they're working on, if I'm correct, working on getting a billion people to go vegan. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
By 2030.
By 2030, yeah, which I believe that's attainable. I mean, the way the population is growing, it's gonna be like 20 billion anyway. So like, what's one? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. What can you do on a billion? Find vegan food, buy sustainable products, or shame billionaires.
Find vegan products. I'm guessing we're not shaming billionaires.
But we should be.
But we can. I mean, that's not, it's not banned. Maybe.
Absolutely, yeah. You can find vegan food and have it's a great app.
Really excited to try it out. They said it's really good for traveling too, because you can find vegan restaurants and, review.
I love it. And when did a billion start?
2018. Only 6 years, right?
That sounds right. When did a billion start? Was it 2018, 2020, or today?
18.
18. Okay, that was perfect. I thought it was today, but we missed it. Okay. What does a billion do? Help you find vegan food, help you buy sustainable products, or help you challenge Jeff Bezos to a duel?
The third one.
Third one. Third one. Jeff, we're coming for you. We're coming for you.
Can't you do all that?
As far as I know, you can.
I would say I want to do the Jeff Bezos, challenge him to a duel. Like, that's, if he answers, let's go for it. Like,
exactly.
But a friendly duel. Like, nobody's gonna get hurt. You just friendly duel. But yeah.
Whoever wins gets Amazon.
Man, that works. You know what I'm saying? Or just give me 1%. I'm cool with that. Like,
Find vegan food. I've been around many vegans who are like, I gotta take a picture of this. I gotta put it on the app. I gotta one of the really cool things about the app is you can donate to Mercy for Animals by using the app. So please go to the app and pick Mercy for Animals. It's a super cool option.
And obviously we're here at the Billion booth. And how much do you know about a billion?
You know, I just know that they are incredibly supportive of authors and other types of entrepreneurs, and I've been very grateful to work with them.
On a billion, which can you do? Find vegan food, buy sustainable products, or challenge Jeff Bezos to a duel?
I would say, can I say all of the above?
Absolutely. You can absolutely do all of the above on a billion. Yes. Yes. Jeff Bezos, watch out. We're coming for you. So you are a billion ambassador. What brought you to a billion?
Well, during the pandemic, I felt like I wanted to feel more connected with people. I felt kind of lonely, and I connect with people over food. So it was like, a source of comfort to be able to express myself on the platform. And I kind of set like weekly goals. I try to post like every day, and I found it to be very rewarding because I got to see, food in other countries, like people being vegan, and it made me feel like really interconnected with so many cultures, and then I would tell my friends about it, and I'd be like, this is so cool, like being able to have insights into what other cultures are eating, and then it made me feel, very committed to my vegan lifestyle because, seeing that inspiration from other countries was really exciting for me.
Because of the event, I find out I started using this, got a few things today, and
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the European ambassador.
Yes, I love it. Bring it to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Billion. What do you think a billion does? Okay. Do you think you can find vegan food on Abillion? Do you think you can buy sustainable products? Or do you think you can challenge Jeff Bezos to a duel?
All of the above.
Yes, absolutely. Jeff, we are coming for you.